Age of Enlightenment, Part 18. The current administration, the Trump administration, is horrible, and I can prove it. Hey, Google, list the current national legislation that's been passed in 2025.
I don't know the answer to that specific question, but according to Congress.gov, browse U.S. legislative information by policy area 119th Congress, 2025-2026, Congress.gov, Library of Congress.
Yeah, that would be a big fat zero. But I did search it on my tablet as well to give me another source, and you know what? State legislation is all I found. I found a bunch in California. So I gave myself a timed test, gave myself a couple of minutes just off the top of the dome, just writing down what I did not like that has happened during this current administration. And in the couple of minutes that I gave myself, I came up with pardon all the January 6 rioters, even the violent ones, taking back the Panama Canal, wanting Greenland, wanting Canada to be the 51st state, because of two people, trans people in the state of Maine, cutting off all funding, federal funding, and I believe for the schools in the state of Maine. And I think their governor kind of showed up the president at a meeting too at the White House, which that never ends well for whoever does that. Then there was a certain Maryland man who was deported with no due process. The same Maryland man has not been returned yet. I'm really hoping he's still alive. Hopefully by the time this post goes to air, he's back on U.S. soil. RFK Jr., I'll just say his name, and you can just search how many ridiculous, just idiotic press conferences he's had. And you can just search Kristi Noem, too. I'm not even going to mention her. Tariffs with Canada and Mexico. Then following that, tariffs on everybody on the planet. The stock market has lost, I believe, at current 10%, across the board. But it could be worse at the time of this post. Wanting to fire the Fed chair because he won't cut interest rates or do whatever the king wants. And what's with all the gold crap in the old Oval Office? I had an opportunity to tour the West Wing of the White House last year, and all that gold SHIT that's in the Oval Office wasn't in there. It's hideous. It's not the Trump Hotel. Time to take it out. I know it's not legislation, but it's ridiculous. And inviting dictators like the one from El Salvador, who, by the way, could have brought back that certain man from Maryland while he was visiting, and he didn't do it, which is why I think there's something sketchy going on. I think that guy, either they can't find him or he is no longer with us. So, and the endless executive orders. How about some bipartisan legislation? Bipartisan legislation. Say it with me. Okay, so give yourself unlimited time. Give yourself a test. If you're a Trump supporter or someone that voted for this current evil and corrupt administration with the 34 convicted felon as the head of it, if you voted for that, give yourself 2 minutes. Write down all the stuff that this administration has done specifically for you. Leave it in the comments if this is found on social media. Leave me a comment. My name's Robert Dothert. You can Google me. You can find a way to get in touch with me. My name is my website, robertdothert.com. I would love to get your feedback. So you educate me on what this administration has done, because I see a big fat goose egg as far as anything that's benefited this country. And it's only getting worse, folks. And MAGA buys groceries. Okay, you knuckleheads that voted for this, you're buying stuff. Okay, so it's been a hot mess. So I'm not telling you anything you don't know. What I'm trying to do through my little voice is to get you to own up to it. Okay? Admit you made a mistake. Admit that if you took your little test, you wouldn't have any items, or maybe one or two that benefit you. Okay? And I guarantee you, with all the other bad things, sooner or later, those bad things are going to come to bite you in the ass. Okay? I guarantee it. If it hadn't already, you better pucker up because it's coming. Okay? Folks, we can do better. And I love the tour that AOC and Bernie Sanders is doing. Sign me up for that. Whenever they come to the metro Atlanta area, I'm going. I don't think that would be a good ticket. AOC, Cory Booker, I don't know. Maybe that good one too, but we have about 3.5 years to sort that out. But folks, whatever election comes down the pike in your area, make sure you get involved. Make sure you vote. If you're passionate about it, stroke a check. If people don't do that, Venmo them, send them some money. Okay, throw them a couple of bucks if you believe in them. But start supporting candidates from the bottom up. We need to get rid of this rot. And, if we can just swing the midterms, we can at least cut off the funding to this idiotic administration and at least get some normalcy and sanity back. And for the love of Pete, folks, let's not put another moron behind the Resolute desk, especially not the same one. Find a new one, okay? No more of this third term talk. Find a new idiot to put in the White House, okay? Let's do that.